Peace and love. So nice, got to do it twice. Love, peace and love. We're going to do it 3 times.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kalani. I'm a new Night Brothers correspondent. Welcome to tonight's show where we discuss healthy ways to improve your lives. We have a super dope show lined up for you tonight and hope you enjoy our content. We know you are a loyal viewer and want to see the show grow. So I ask that you do me a quick favor and subscribe to KBS YouTube channel shown on the screen. Also scan the QR code on the screen where you can make a donation of any amount to support us. And oh yeah, thanks to the best audience.
All right, brothers. Brothers.
What's going on, my brother?
All right, bro. Kenny, love the hat, man. Like the hat,
Thank you,
brother.
Thank you, brother. How everybody doing tonight? How y'all feeling? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey. Thank you, Margaret Nick. Yes, indeed.
Margaret Nick. Yeah. Baby. One stunner.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. Cheryl Queen, lovely. Great seeing you over the weekend, even though it was under some rough situations with the passing of one of our dear friends, Mr. Dean Alston. So, God bless his soul. Great soul, integral part of our crew, and will be forever missed and loved, but forever loved though in our hearts. But great seeing you, Cheryl, and your awesome husband, Mr. Keith. Out paying respect. Most definitely.
Big brother, Mama Wallace, what's going on, big bro? Peace and love.
Also, big shout outs to Brother Armand for also coming out, paying respects. The crew was representing strong. Armand and his lovely wife came out to pay respects to Deneen. So y'all just drop a one in the chat, crew, for the memory and the life and the legacy of one and no other than Miss Janine Alston, who's beloved forever. Also, tune into the Legends of the Past tomorrow. You got a great guest on tomorrow. I'm just going to leave it at that. Great football coach, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let him do his promotion. But
you're from Annapolis back in the day.
Bob, yeah, great man. I mean, I learned a lot from that brother. So, but looking forward to that tomorrow, Armand. All right. We got a lot lined up like we always do tonight. Q. Yes, summer season. Summer season is typically should be a lighter eating season. Typically. You know what I mean? A lot of vegetation, produce, things of that nature is in bloom. You know what I mean? It's season. You ain't got loaded down with a bunch of potato salad. All this, all that. You know what I'm saying? Get it? I mean, you get that too, but
salad, macaroni, salad, steaks.
Oh my man, yeah. So we're gonna talk about some good variations of lighter eating for the summer. So definitely gonna be a very interesting topic when we get around to that. So, but in the meantime, in between time, let's just keep this thing cranking. Y'all ready, fellas?
Yes, sir, brother.
All right.
Hey, peace and love. You know where you are. This is the Night Brother Show. We're helping with the new stuff. And we're going to get you help. You know what that means. Because it's the new sexy baby. So let's keep it popping. Put it on and on and on and on. Keep moving on. Make yourself more, eat better, get better, get better. Right? Health is the new sexy. So, welcome to the show. And if this is the first time you've been here with us, welcome, first of all. 2, anything you text, if you want a question, if you want something, you have something to say, please text it right in. Whatever format you're in, you'll slide right into the show. That's why I say you guys are the stars of the show, but you just don't know. Oh, don't make me flow, but I gotta let you know. I gotta say peace and love, and also thank you for all of the people that love us and have also supported us. So thank you, Vanessa Turner, Craig Harris, Mimi Lee, Cheryl Queen, Pam Williams, and production, 777 production, Isha, Kim, and Miles Walker. Love you guys all to life. Definitely. My main man, Armand Wallace, and a whole lot of others. We definitely appreciate your presence, your support, your love, and also, you know, the situation. We also love the donations. No fronting allowed, baby. This Cash App is, you know, at Kenny Dizzle. And you'll see that right at the top right of the screen. And if you have a phone, you can definitely put the QR code. The Kenny Dizzle, definitely 1113. Hey, on to the next thing you see. Yeah, because we in the place to be. Hey.
That brother's rhyming. He getting his groove on tonight. Go ahead.
Hey Aquavian, I'm new to this Night Brothers thing. My name is Maisha from the Bronx, NYC baby boy. I really don't know what y'all actually do here. Can you help a sister out tonight?
Well, I got you, boo. I got you.
One of my good friends told me if I want some health tips, also have a good social conversations and have fun in a safe space online, to check out the Night Brothers show. Was she right, Aquavian?
Oh, absolutely, dog.
Don't give me none of that Maryland-style BS either, Aquavian. Because I heard men from the Chesapeake area can get slick sometimes. You don't want to get me all in my feelings, do you, Mr. Aquavian?
Girl, I ain't gonna get your feelings, believe me.
Okay, well, tell me what you got on tap for me tonight.
All right, listen, we got a couple.
Oh, girl, what was old girl named Maisha? Old girl name was Maisha Q?
Yeah, from New York City.
From the Boogie Down.
From the Boogie Down. Oh, my God. She was all on you, Q.
All right, we got a couple of things on tap tonight. First of all, in our socially speaking segment, we talked about them last week, and we're going to talk about them again from a different angle this week. And then after that, we're not going to touch them again for a while. Yeah, socially speaking, we're talking about felon run for president. We're gonna explore that, dive into that and all the ramifications of that. Following that, we're gonna dive into something a little more healthy looking. The fantastically fun way to sleep good stuff. We're gonna talk about fruits and all the variations of fruit and the way fruits can be used. And we're talking about also the nutritional value as well. So you guys want to stay with us for that. And we're going to find it very interesting. Back to you, Larry.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate you. We're going to keep it moving.
Hello, folks. Today we're diving headfirst into a hot-button topic that's sparking debates across the nation. Can a convicted felon win the presidency? It sounds like the plot of a political thriller, but it's the real-life saga of Donald Trump's 2024 challenge. Just last week, former President Donald Trump was labeled a convicted felon by President Joe Biden and other top Democrats. This comes after Trump's historic conviction in Manhattan, where he was found guilty of 34 felony counts related to falsifying business records. But here's the twist. Despite this conviction, Trump is not only free, but is actively campaigning for the 2024 presidential election. The Democratic National Committee didn't miss a beat, throwing up billboards calling him a convicted felon out for revenge. Now, this raises a massive question. How does this impact Trump's run for the presidency? Well, Trump's campaign argues that Democrats are using this conviction to distract from other pressing issues like inflation and border security, but there's more to it. A Yale law professor recently stirred the pot by suggesting that Trump isn't technically a convicted felon yet, not until all appeals are exhausted, which paints an even more complex legal picture. With the sentencing set for just days before the Republican National Convention, the timing couldn't be more dramatic. So what does this mean for Trump, for the legal system, and for voters like you? It's clear that this election cycle will be one for the history books, with legal and ethical debates taking center stage. But one thing's for sure. The road to the 2024 election will be anything but boring. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this political drama. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Can Trump overcome this unprecedented hurdle, or is this the end of his political journey? Let's discuss. Thanks for watching.
You know what? Let's just listen to the video just now. And thanks, Kenny. Kenny, great job putting the video together, brother. Shout outs to KA. One thing struck me about Donald Trump, and I know we talked about him last week, but it is just such an important time in our history of the country. It really is. I mean, and I know you heard this said over and over before, but it really truly is. And then it's a truly important time for this guy in his life. This guy could go from, this is like all or nothing for him. He could be president of the United States, one of the most powerful positions in the entire free world. Basically runs the world to a certain degree. The U.S. president does. Or he could be in jail. Now, that's a wide spectrum of things that could happen for this kid. You know what I mean? So, just think about that for a second.
It's the opposites for real.
Yeah, diametrically different opposites. But I just wanted you to think about that, ponder that. So while we throw the questions up on the screen, look, as of right now, and the other thing that I did say, the polls have him the convict slightly ahead nationally. Now I know we don't vote by nationally, Q. What's the real bellwether states? The purple states, Q, that really could sway this election. What are they again?
They are the following: Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and there's one more, Wisconsin.
Okay. So look, those are the states that's really going to be the ones that kind of really tell.
Battleground states is what they're
Battleground. That's what they are. Yeah. So we know those are states. But my question is, can he actually win again and make America hate again? Electoral votes. You're right, Cheryl. The Electoral College is how this thing. Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, what y'all think? I mean, what's your thoughts on it? And then what is it?
Let Kenny and Arden go first, and then I'll give mine after that.
Can he actually win again? Yes, we're not going to. These preliminary polls, we really can't bet on those because they're just that, preliminary. We still have a ways to go, but talking to people and it's feeling the different vibes that's going on right now, there are a lot of people that are upset with Biden for things he hasn't done, they think he should have done. All this money going everywhere for this, that, and third. So there is a potential that, yes, he could win. But it's really sad that we're even having this conversation about a convicted felon potentially winning the presidency of the United States. But this is crazy. What do you argue?
Microphone, sir.
Microphone, Arden.
I was trying to make sure we wouldn't have any effect on or any delay on my side of things. My apologies. But bottom line is, it's just the funny, even how the statement is like the polls have the convict slightly ahead. That is absolutely hilarious. But the sad part about it is that, the convict right now is neck and neck, and it's really, really, really difficult to say that people won't vote for him or will. The sad part about it is the fact that we even have to have this conversation.
Exactly.
Because when we start talking about, whoever's in term next year, whoever that is going to have to make some pivotal decisions for the best of the world, and he's not been the person to do that many times.
Right, no doubt. You're absolutely right about that, Arden. He ain't been the best one for that. But it's concerning, though. Q, you had a point, and I'm gonna come back to you, Kenny, because you raised a good question.
Well, first of all, I want to say this: as far as polls are concerned, polls are really, to be taken with a grain of salt, because they're a snapshot in time, is what they are, and lots of times they're all over the place. It depends upon who's doing the polling and their personal biases as well. And that's truthfully. If you're going to listen to a Fox poll, of course they're going to tell you that Trump is winning. It depends upon who's doing the polling. But this much I do know: one of the last polls I've seen post conviction had Biden in a slight, and once again I say slight lead within the margin of error. Within the margin of error. Now, can Trump win? Absolutely, he can win. But I think as we move closer to November 5th, which is election day, I think more people will start paying attention to what's really going on, what's being said, and what's being done, and what has been done. Once again, as I said last week, I still stand by this. It'll come down to those swing voters in those key states, because most of the people that support him, they're going to support him no matter what. They're going to support him no matter what. So will there be enough falling away in those key swing states to take him under? And I think that's a real problem.
Margaret makes a great point. Q said, yes, he's going to run and probably win and won't do any time because they're going to say that it's his first offense. And that's with the sentencings that's coming on July 11th. And Cheryl Queen says something that's really, near and dear to me.
Me too.
That the state of the U.S. is extremely concerning right now.
Correct.
And,
Yes, it is.
you know, and because of what you said, Kenny, you said because people got the ass with Biden right now because of dumb shit. Excuse me, but dumb shit like he too old. Okay,
But
you know what I
the other
mean?
guy did old too. I mean,
Yeah, the other guy.
4 years younger than him. 4 years younger than him.
Yeah, I mean, but
old too. I'm just saying.
yeah,
you
that's
know,
what I'm saying. He old. So what's the difference?
he hasn't done everything he promised. Well, what president does? He
None.
promised a lot more. He got a lot more. But anyway, just the mere thought of it's just no decision to me, because if this guy on that screen gets back in there, black people with that fake, they talking about 23% of black people are supporting Trump, which I don't believe. I think it's just a crazy number right now. But I'm just saying, black men who are buying into the rhetoric and everything, dude ain't for nobody but himself, man.
That's it.
I know a con artist when I see one, man.
That's it. Me too.
Did
He
you
was-
guys rant the
But,
other day?
but speaking to your point though, Lenny, you know, how many people do you know? I'm just asking everybody here that sees me and is talking to us and they can jump on and send a text. How many people do you know you talk to that support that? I mean, because they say 25% of, like, you know, black men are supporting Trump. Where's that come from? Y'all know 25% of the brothers y'all deal with, they supporting him?
No, I don't. That's why I said.
I don't know one.
That's why I said
Statistics. You can make statistics look like anything. I learned that in college. I took the class, and you can spin anything.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I was just
suspect.
wondering.
It's all suspect, like we said earlier. All that.
I'm gonna throw this out too, y'all. If he wins, would he pardon himself? We probably all would say agree that he would, right?
He asked about it before.
And is this permissible under the Constitution? I mean, one of y'all can help me with that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, and let me complete the question, Q. Here's the thing. If all of that does happen, boom, 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 he wins, he pardons himself, the Constitution says fine and all that. What you have done at that point, not just for him, but for everybody that buys into his ideology, what you have done was give a license on do whatever the F you want in the United States. And that's the concerning shiznick that Cheryl just said in her statement. That's my concerning shiznick. That means it's a license on whoever, black, gays, women, whatever the hell they want to do. Y'all, America said it's okay to do it because y'all put them back in. Now y'all can come.
The question about whether he can pardon himself or not is twofold. Conceivably, he could pardon himself for federal crimes, but not for state crimes. And state crimes that took place in New York, which he was convicted of. He's also charged with state crimes in Georgia, which, you know, the trial's being delayed because they're using all kinds of tactics to try to run out the clock on that. But he's charged with state crimes there, and he has some state crimes also in Washington D.C. So he can pardon himself for some of it, but not all of it.
Not all of it, no.
Okay.
Then-
Can't get off
that's the
everything.
first part
Did you see that last statement where he said he didn't care about him?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, check that out.
He told
he went
told
off.
those on the campaign trail in Las Vegas, he didn't care about them. He just wanted their votes. He said it in a joking manner, but it was a lot of truth said in that joke.
He also went off the rails talking about electrocuting people and people feeding people to sharks and every damn thing else. He was off the chain. He was off the chain.
Well, I tell you one thing I do want to say. You know, they can talk about the polls all they want, but most of those people that, you know, the senators and everybody else, the senators and congressmen that leaned into him and his rhetoric have lost. Did everybody kind of see that? Or a lot of people losing, especially in the states. They taking a hit.
You're on point, brother.
I'm wondering when people going to wise up and when somebody tells you they can just go up to a 15, 16, 20-year-old woman and just grab her because he's a billionaire And I ain't gonna say where he said he was gonna grab her, but it's definitely somewhere where if you was an armed carrier, you would want to put two in somebody for that.
He was grabbing him in the biscuit. He was
Yeah, yes, sir.
grab him in the biscuit.
Do what you like. Kind of right back to what you're saying. I mean, it's just the fact of principality, and you want to walk around and look at around the world, and look at yourself as the person that should make a decision on quality and on what's right and what's good and what's honorable. You can't have somebody that doesn't have honor in a position of honor and think you can speak on honor and what's just if you're not honorable, not just.
Well, what the public at large are the public at large, and the role and the dignity and the class that came with the Oval Office. What Trump did was Trump said, well, I can't really fulfill that. So what I am going to do is, instead of me aspiring up to that level, what I'm going to do is tear down society as low as I can. Mm-hmm. So everybody's at my level. Now everybody's on my playing field. I'm going to tap the moral character of a lot of people, get them to be the worst of themselves and not the best of themselves. And now everybody's playing in my arena. This is what he's doing. And but anyway.
The thing is, there was an underlying current of that here all along, but they weren't allowed to express themselves. He gave them a license to express those feelings that they had all along. That was his real magic trick right there. He unleashed that. He unleashed that what was already inside and made it okay. He stamped and said, "Okay, you have my stamp of approval. You can act out in that manner now."
Look, the convention is coming.
People let their feelings out.
Yep. You're right. Look, two events coming up. Two big events.
You got enough of them in your corner, you win it.
Yep.
Two big events within the next month, and Kenny, on July 11th, the sentencing. That's a month from today. And then about a couple of days later, there's the GOP convention. I forget exactly where that is, what state that is, but I know the convention there in Milwaukee. And then what I want to know is the sentencing could be very emotional time for his base. And no doubt that the GOP, all the elected officials, well, most of the elected officials, I can say all of them, will parrot whatever, however Donald Trump reacts to the sentences, particularly if it's not, favorable. Mm-hmm. If there's anything that rigged, all the familiar lines at this point, what I mean, systematic weaponization of all that old shiznick,
Same thing.
But my concern is, will it get to a heated enough level to where we see some remnants of that J6 situation?
Absolutely. Great potential for that to happen. It's going to be negative whether the verdict is innocent or guilty. If he's proven innocent, if they say he's innocent, he's going to get on and make a big grandstand. I told you were innocent. I was innocent. The system was rigged. Blah, blah, blah. And all his haters, all his lovers are going to go just crazier. And of course, we all know if he's found guilty, oh my God.
Well, I got to correct you. He's already found guilty.
If the sentencing is not what they think, right? I'm sorry. If his sentencing is not what they think it should be, or what he thinks it should be, because he thinks nothing should happen, then that's going to be a whole nother ballgame. Like, this is rigged. Just like he says about everything else. If I don't win, it's rigged. If I'm found guilty, it's a witch hunt. And this is just going to be another continued play on those words that he's been using for the last 8 years.
Well, that's the only thing he has in his playbook. That's the only thing he has.
Will his followers go ham enough to start doing some crazy stuff, though?
Yeah, that blueprint's been set with January 6th.
It's possible. I would say it's possible, but if it does, I think that will turn even more people off, more of that middle America, more of that swing voter. That would turn even more of them off, and he would definitely instantly lose that support, any support he would have from that altogether, and maybe even some of his own.
Look, last question, because I want to get off this knucklehead. Just posing a question: what if he wins? Will there be a vengeance of retribution unfolded? Will he go on a vengeance tour? And then what if he loses? Almost like you said, Kenny, we be damned if we do, damned if we don't. I mean, I hope he don't win because, I'd much rather, somebody else feel the pain than us. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, what y'all think? What y'all think?
We just touched on it. Absolutely. If he loses,
absolutely. He's already said he's been on several talk shows, and if you've seen any of his press conferences post the conviction, and all of them, he talks about payback, political payback from his opposition, and even within his own party. He's talked about getting back at those within the GOP who have not supported him. But he's been on the Sean Hannity show and other places, national conservative-based shows, and talked about we're going to do some stuff. We're gonna drain the stuff. All the same points they've been using for the last 8 years.
Look, it's not unfounded that he could go to jail and still run. Did y'all know? Let me show y'all something. Did y'all know this? Check this out real fast. It's a brother. It's a brother named Joel Caston. Check this out. He's from D.C. He's an inmate. Look at this. Hold up.
Turn it up.
Between them, separating them in more ways than one. Washington, D.C. is made up of 8 wards, each ward further divided into advisory neighborhood commissions and single-member districts. Today, one of those communities will elect its first ever commissioner. The 5 candidates, all locked up at the D.C. jail.
Here.
Can you hear that?
No, barely.
no, barely.
Okay.
I'm playing loud like it was.
The bottom line is, let me get back over here. The bottom line is 5 black dudes in D.C. that ran for office. One of them won. All of them in jail. So look, the United States, we have some different laws. I can say that. You know what I mean? And one of them won. He's still in jail. So, I mean,
But
it could happen.
The difference
You
being
know, certain
if he's
positions
actually
you
in
can run
jail,
unopposed. And if you just run, you win.
yeah. If he actually wins, even if he's in jail, in this instance, according on which trial is for, but he would just have security in jail because that wouldn't get him out.
Oh, wow. All right, look, let's segue, y'all.
Trying to move on. That's enough for Trump.
Let's talk about something a little bit more. Look, tonight we explore the wonderful world of fresh fruit. All fruit is not equal though, Q. So let's kind of examine like fruits, what's best for you. And not saying that you shouldn't eat some of the more heavier or higher calorie content fruit, more sugar-laced fruit, but maybe in moderation. I'm going to take a quick look at, because I think this is a season that really, fruits are very, very satisfying. Quick energy, sugars, fructose, all of that type of stuff. So I'm going to take a look at this video Q put together, and we're going to talk on the other side.
When it comes to weight loss, not all fruits are created equal. Let's start with the champions: apples, grapefruits, and watermelons. These juicy treats are low in calories, but high in fiber, helping you feel full longer without tipping the scales. Next up, oranges and pears. Packed with vitamin C and fiber, they not only boost your immune system, but also assist your weight loss by keeping those hunger pangs at bay. Now, a quick word on grapes. Though they are healthy, their high sugar content means you should enjoy them in moderation. Speaking of sugar, let's address the elephant in the room: bananas. Rich and filling, yes, but they pack more calories and carbs. They're not your enemy, but if you're counting calories, they might not be the best choice. And here's a sweet fact: the natural sugars in these fruits are far better for you than the sugars in candy, cakes, and other desserts. That's because the fiber in fruits helps slow down sugar absorption, preventing those dreaded sugar spikes. So, grab an apple or slice up some watermelon. and keep pushing towards your health goals with these fruity friends. Let's dive deeper into apples. On average, a medium apple contains about 95 calories. They are rich in vitamin C, which boosts your immune system, and they also provide a good amount of fiber, aiding in digestion and keeping you full. Moving on to grapefruits. Half a medium grapefruit has around 52 calories. They are an excellent source of vitamins A and C, which are essential for skin health and immune function. The high water content in grapefruits also helps keep you hydrated. Watermelons are another fantastic choice. A cup of diced watermelon has about 46 calories. They are packed with vitamins A, B6, and C, and are also a good source of antioxidants, which help fight off free radicals in the body. A medium orange contains approximately 62 calories. They are well known for their high vitamin C content, which is crucial for collagen production and overall skin health. Oranges also provide a good amount of fiber, aiding in digestion. Pears are another great option. A medium pear has about 101 calories. They are rich in dietary fiber, which helps regulate the digestive system. And they also contain vitamin C and potassium, which are important for heart health. Now let's talk about grapes. A cup of grapes contains around 62 calories. They are a good source of vitamin C and K, which are important for immune function and bone health. However, due to their high sugar content, it's best to enjoy them in moderation. Finally, let's revisit bananas. A medium banana has about 105 calories. They are rich in potassium, which is essential for muscle function and heart health. Bananas also provide vitamin B6, which helps with brain health and mood regulation. Additionally, bananas contain resistant starch, which can aid in weight loss by promoting feelings of fullness. Remember, incorporating a variety of these fruits into your diet can provide a range of nutrients that support overall health and weight loss. So, mix it up and enjoy the benefits of these delicious, nutritious fruits.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother, for putting that together, Q. Q, so look, I noticed just watching the video. Great job, Q, putting together, the brothers over here putting together content. Q put together that video. Kitty put together the other one. Thank y'all for helping out. Cheryl said, Mimi said, I love fruit. I hear you, me. She got the fruits up here to show it too. Cherries. She got cherries and watermelons. I love that.
You like Mimi? You like bananas too? What?
Cheryl said, yummy. Midlight Simon, how you doing? Thank you for joining us again tonight. So how bad are the current that they need inmates as commissioners? That's all the other segment. How about that, King? How about that? So anyway, fruits, y'all. Fruits. I noticed in the video, Q, every one of those fruits you named, with the exception of the banana, had 100 calories or less per serving. Do you know what the average slice of cake calories is?
I don't. What is that? What's
250 calories, I would guess.
500, you said?
Anybody get it?
What do you say, Kitty?
I said, do you know? Let me take your question down for a second. I said, do you know what the average slice of cake has for calories?
According to how big it is, probably.
Look at this stuff.
Ooh. 700 calories, 600 calories.
A lemon drizzle slice, 698 calories. Starbucks, them lemon poppy muffins that you get in there, like that big joint in the middle right there, 470 calories.
Jesus, man.
A lemon loaf, 364. Christmas carrot cake, 616. I mean, look at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't nothing under.
Look at the sugar content too, though.
The muffin is 500. Yeah.
Only one thing is under 400. Everything else is 450, 500, 600 calories. So, when you start talking about fruits at 100 calories per less, man, Man, apples, man. I swear that's been my lifesaver for him. But Arden, let's talk about this. Because some people talk about sugar content, and I just put the slide up, but debunk it for us. Have people talk about fruits, sugar content, which is
Well, the thing,
fructose in fruits versus that other stuff I just showed.
right? But fructose can be burnt in as like pure energy. Basically, it's almost like putting in uh, high teach. You know what I mean? And it's gonna burn off fast, first of all. But that type of sugar comes in, and what minimizes that rate is that when you eat uh, orange or you eat strawberries or whatever the hell it is, even if you eat like two handfuls or say 2 cups, that's a lot of fiber. That's a lot of actual fiber that it's got to process at the same time as processing the sugar. When you take a slice of cake and you stuff a couple of pieces of cake in your mouth, you figure you got 200-300 calories right there, and most of it's sugar immediately. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take you some time. You're not just stuffing strawberries in your mouth that fast. You're not just stuffing oatmeal in your face that fast for you to just,
Right.
off as far as sugar is concerned. But the other side of it is like even when you talk about grapes, a lot of times people talk about how grapes are bad for you because it has so much sugar. But one, we really need to be eating grapes, and this is real. We need to be eating grapes with seeds in them. No seedless grapes.
We're gonna get
That
to that.
that's
We're gonna
so
get
I'm
to
just
that
saying
though.
so what happens is when you're eating all of that, guess what? Grape seed is really good for you, right? What if you ate the grape seeds? The grape seeds are the medicine. People spitting it out. Watermelon seeds are the medicine. People spitting that out. And I ain't saying eat all of them, but you can eat some of those. That's actually some more fiber that you chew up. The skins on the side of say your really good grapes like Concord grapes and such are thick. And just like wine, those grapes on the healthy part of it is actually the skin. That's what heals you. Same thing with the pears. Pear skins. The skin of the pear is very good for like cancer. It's the rind of the actual watermelon can be used as a medicine. The food is the medicine. So the fact is with the strawberries and all of the fruits and everything else, you start talking about feeding your brain. But you need all of those things, and you really need to eat all of those colors. You know what I'm saying? As much as possible. You see those bananas, those shorter bananas. Those are the bananas you'll see around the world. Those are ungenetically modified bananas. And I know I'm kind of running off the move, but let me just wrap it up right there. But it's imperative, first of all, that you eat fruits because it will heal you, it will help you, it will fortify you. It's reasons for all of those things, and it's the best right now. This is the best season because you can get all of that fresh and ripened on the vine line.
Well, we're gonna get to that, but I definitely appreciate your diversity in answers. Maybe ask this question. She said, "Put up how many hours it would take in the gym to work it off a slice of cake." Um,
Oh, yeah, good. That's a good question, Mimi.
Good question.
Depends
um,
what
One of those
exercise you're doing. What
what,
what
2 hours?
calorie burning exercise you doing?
I just looked it up online. Hour and 23 minutes for a slice of cake. An hour and 23 minutes for a slice of pizza. You know what I mean? I'm just
But
like,
once again, you
whoa.
got to throw into the equation that if they're weight training, they're going to continue to burn calories after that workout too. So even what they burn off actually in the gym, that's one thing, but they're going to continue to burn calories afterwards, for hours afterwards. So
Uh,
it could be more.
Well, it may burn off more later on, but she said, how long would it take? Hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. That's what the math is.
Q, coming your way because we got a lot of questions. Talk about how fruit varies in calorie content and which ones you should kind of eat accordingly. I guess maybe in moderations. Which ones you can probably, have your fill of it, and it won't be that big of a deal. Talk about those a little bit.
Yeah, sure. As far as which fruits have more of a caloric makeup to them, some of the obvious ones that we've already talked about, like bananas. There are some surprising ones too, like figs, coconut, um, even avocado. We hear avocado, we don't think of it as a fruit, but actually it's a fruit. And avocado has heavy caloric count to it. Does that make it bad necessarily? No. It depends upon how it's eaten. Because if you eat avocado in concert with other things, with some complex carbs and things of that nature, it lessens the impact. Okay, so it's not nearly as bad. Um, but some of the fruits that you should be eating, the main fruits you should be eating, if you want to lower the calorie count, are obvious things like watermelon, berries. Berries are just absolutely fantastic. We're gonna go into that a little bit later on. Grapefruit, plums is a surprise. Now I'm not even crazy about plums, and I've told people that, but I've learned how beneficial plums can be to your health. So I'm gonna make that my goal and mission to start eating more plums.
You
Because
know what I
plums,
like you that
yes,
I've gotten to very habit forming, and I'm
yes.
great. I'm so happy I have this habit now. Is that I like apples in particular.
God, I love them. I love them.
Honeycrisp apple. Who out there? Who else
That's
out there like Honeycrisp apples?
Right
Type
now, the
type
apple guy.
type Honeycrisp in the chat if you like
right there.
Honeycrisp. And then they got this
It-
other apple called
yeah,
Cosmic Crisp.
yeah.
So if you like apples, type that in the chat group.
Oh,
Kenny,
now I know Mimi can
Yeah, hold on.
bring
You
me
know
up
the
on that.
apple.
I love them.
Now, what's that other apple, man? It's one of my favorite apples. When you slice it, you can serve it at parties and it doesn't oxidize. What apple is that? I can't
is
think of the
that
name right
Granny
now.
Smith?
No, no, Granny Smith turned brown on you faster than you would. And
Hold on, say
suck.
it again. I hear you. Would you say it again? What you said?
Is one of my favorite apples. It's very sweet, crisp apple, juicy. But if you slice it, it doesn't oxidize
Right
super
away
fast. You can,
or slow? It does it
yeah,
slowly.
yes,
I'll,
you
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
remember
I'll look it up while we doing it on.
could
Um,
be.
remember it before it's over. But
Kenny, help us out. Explain why it's better to eat fruit in season.
Of course, eating fruit in season, of course, it's going to be better quality. It's going to be more nutritious, better tasting, better for you. It has a better flavor. I mean, fruits that are picked at the peak of their ripeness
there you go.
are less likely to have been, of course, harvested early. They haven't been transported a long way, which is a big uh, reason why a lot of the fruits you pick up in produce departments that haven't been cold properly or look terrible and it just came in. And your summer fruits, Art touched on it, E touched on it. You got but you also have your mangoes, your papayas, your pineapples, your plums, your watermelons. Of course, you have your high sugar content fruits like grapes and all, but it's not like it's a sugar, but it's not like he said. It's not the sugar that you pour into your tea or whatever. It's a natural sugar. So of course, my motto is going to be in violation, but in moderation. Don't eat the whole big bag of grapes. It's just like anything else.
But you know what? If you mix them joints in a nice little like medley of fruits, like
Right,
some apples, some
right.
grapes, and all that, some
They give you
oranges, you just throw them in a little salad type.
yeah,
They could
yeah.
have. Cheryl said Gala of Fuji apples. I like Gala sometimes too. Uh, and yeah, Gala. And then
I'm not an apple
Midnight
guy.
Simba said Granny Smith's is it and it good for cooking?
Yeah, this is kind of bitter to me, but you're right.
Opal.
Tart, man, tart.
Tart is the word.
Beverly
I'm
down
not
with
an
the
apple
Honey
guy.
Crisp.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that
All
honey
right,
crisp.
Q. Arden, coming back your way. Coming back your way, baby. Difference between fruits. Talk about organic versus conventional. You was heading that way earlier, but really give them the skinny on it, brother.
Now, first, I need to finish up. I said it a couple of times. I don't know if y'all heard me. Opal, the opal apple,
Opal.
favorite apple.
Opal. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yellow apple, very sweet, crisp, firm, and if you slice it up and put it out for parties, man, it just stays looking fresh for a while. And yeah, it's a dope apple. But some difference between eating organic fruits and versus conventional. When you're dealing with conventional, you're dealing with definitely GMO, genetically modified fruits. You're dealing with unsustainable growing practices most of the time. Most of the time, you're dealing with things that have a lot of pesticides, a lot of sprays. Even if it makes it through the pesticides and sprays, you have a lot of waxing and coating over top those fruits afterwards. Also, sad to say, organic, you still have a process where they spray it, even if it's organic. And I just found that out. That just like blew my mind. I was like, really? That's why we doing it then? But
Yeah.
the best part about it is organically, you have more of your a better seed. Just like anything else, you have a higher profile of nutrient dense foods. And that's really what you're here for. You're here for the nutrients in the foods. The problem is if you're not doing regenerative farming, if they're not doing regenerative farming, then the soil starts to lack the nutrients that it needs to put into the plants or to the fruit or whatever you're growing. So it's really important, and a lot of farmers have gone back to not just being organic, but being a sustainable farming.
Yes,
And
you're
that
right. You so right about that.
continues to give that food the nutrients that we need to survive. So I mean, sometimes you can get something that might be an apple. How they say it's not always apples to apples, even if it's apples to apples. Because what was that grown? When was it picked? And that was very, very telling what Ken said. You know what I mean? By
Right.
being local. You know, I picked this joint 6 weeks before it's really ripe, and I gotta send it across the country. Or if I'm in Maryland, right over the bridge, and I'm picking that like today and tomorrow it's in my store, that's a whole lot better quality of fruit. Definitely.
No doubt.
Yes, that is correct, Tang.
Yeah, that's that apple. Was that the apple you was talking about, Arden?
My favorite
Okay.
joint.
Q.
Yes, sir.
Antioxidants and fruits. Talk about it.
Yeah. I'm grateful for this question because it's an important one.
Feedback for somebody. Somebody feedback. Somebody got a loop going.
Can you hear it?
Okay, go ahead, Q.
Okay. Antioxidants are found in certain fruits. They're found basically in things like berries. Berries are very heavy in antioxidants. And antioxidants do a great job because it helps fight off those free radicals. And free radicals can cause a lot of issues for the body. Even things like cancer, things of that nature. So eating berries and certain other fruits that are loaded with antioxidants are a great idea and only help and can have a major impact on your health. Blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, things of that nature can really be helpful for the body. And I know we got a lot of more questions to go through, so I'm going to cut that right there so we can move on to these other questions. We have 7 more questions, so we got to speed this up a little bit.
Very interesting comment from Beverly. She said, "Tell Q that cranberries are considered a super."
That's an inside joke with Beverly and I. Beverly know I'm not crazy about cranberry sauce, but cranberries, Beverly, cranberries can be a great.
She says
considered a superfood, and I agree. I do eat cranberries in certain ways, just not in it with turkey. Okay.
she said, "Tell him, it's a
Just
superfood."
Just not with turkey. All right.
You know what's interesting though? There are actually vegetables that are really fruits, and people don't know that some of the vegetables are fruits. They just like could you know one of them on off the top of your head?
I just named one. Good. All right.
Tomato. Yep.
Tomato. Yep.
And a tomato. A tomato too.
Yeah.
No, just the tomato.
I'm just messing with you.
Tomato.
No, I'm running with it.
And a tomato is too. Where we going? Kenny, you up number 6, baby. How does the fiber content help with the digestive tract and weight management when it comes to food?
Well, the good fiber, having good fiber in your diet helps with one of the most important things, regularity. It keeps food moving through your digestive system. What goes in must come out. It helps with your strength, alertness in your body. But there are two types of fibers. The first one is called a soluble fiber. A soluble fiber dissolves in water. It turns to like a gel. It slows digestion, and it can also back you up. It can also make you, backed up. I'm trying to keep it PG, and I know we're in a hurry. But the second one is the insoluble fiber.
Okay.
A soluble fiber does not dissolve in water. It's easier for you to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Soluble, the soluble, an example of soluble fibers, things like oats, barley, sweet potatoes, asparagus, they're under the soluble fiber family. Insoluble are like beans, cauliflower, nuts, and any green leafy vegetables, which of course keeps you regular. And hey.
Good stuff, brother. Tell Kendra I said hi. Kendra watching, this is Kenya's daughter. She's watching the broadcast tonight. She said, hi, Uncle Lenny. Hey, Kendra. That is adorable. Absolutely adorable. All right. Since we're talking about children, it's a great segue. How can fruit consumption be promoted among children and establish lifelong good eating habits? And Kenya, what you doing with Kendra about fruit? To answer why Arden is talking.
Bottom line is that introduce it. Fruit is absolutely delicious, and if you introduce it at good times, as for children, if you introduce it as something that you did a great job, let's go grab, some watermelon, which is also super high in antioxidants, or some mangoes, or some strawberries, or you know what I mean. Act like it's good, and you gotta, it's gotta. I mean, if you like fruit, basically you're not selling it. As soon as they start, they're not going to be able to stop. They pull out a really nice sweet pear, like I said, some papaya, and then try some different stuff. You know what I mean? Try it with them. And you find out how to pick it, and it's a whole experience. And then later on, they're going to come back with it. Like, yeah, I know you like the Chinese apple. We had a real good time eating that. You know what I mean? And y'all sit down and pick
the Chinese apple. That's what we used to call it, Arden.
Yeah. It's not. It's like a real name.
No. What'd you say, Q?
Huh? Yeah, that's the real. We call it by its real name. We never called it by its. We always called it Chinese.
Yeah.
It's just. Fruit is absolutely delicious, and you find stuff that you like, and in the breakfast, lunch, dinner, make smoothies, make shakes, make it. You know what I mean? I tell you, my children, like, I start making a shake, they in the kitchen like, yo, Dad, yeah. They hanging around. We having a conversation in the kitchen because they really hustling me. They waiting for me to finish fixing it so they could get stuff. You know what I mean? But it's already good. You just make it, I like what you said, make it visible. They'll eat it for sure. And then they'll start looking towards that instead of other things, no question.
Kenya said she didn't know it was called pomegranate until she was an adult. Yeah, we used to call it Chinese apple back in the day.
Yeah. That's what I said. Everybody know what I mean when I say Chinese apple.
Yep. No, I like her answer to that. Simply just put it out. I found that she said with her boys, because she had two adult sons now too, that if you make it visible, they'll eat it. And just
you eat it, they gonna want something. How about that?
Yep. Just the alternative of having it out. Q, coming back your way. Talk about this, man. Specific fruits that might be beneficial for an athlete, either to help with performance or in recovery.
Oh yeah. Well, there's certain fruits that definitely are pushed on athletes for recovery. Once again, one of those top ones are berries, but also bananas. Bananas are great for recovery. And recovery in certain different ways, like it helps fight off inflammation. Bananas have great, and apples, we can't overlook apples. They're great for energy and for recovery from certain strenuous exercises. So I'll tell you another thing that helps with muscle soreness is berries themselves and avocado. They can help with that muscle soreness and recovery. So yeah, their fruits can be great and great benefits for performance and recovery both. And once again, I'm trying to so we can get through everything.
No, I appreciate it, brother. Kenny, what are grocery stores doing? What's trending? And then why are they going to this local thing?
That's a good question, Danny. You this question, you feel like you wrote this for me. Yes, they are trending towards local farmers because, of course, you're supporting the local farmers. You're supporting the local economy. The food is fresher. It gets there quicker. But from a business standpoint, from a number standpoint, first of all, it cuts down on transportation costs to get it there. The fruit is fresher. That also does what? That reduces shrink. Less fruit is getting thrown away each and every day. It's a business. Now, the downside to that is it's a bit more expensive to buy local than to have an import outsourced from wherever. But hey, you get what you pay for it.
Yeah, and it's usually a little bit more organic driven, things of that nature too, huh?
Grows better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know they used to give us bananas, like when I played ball practices, they used to tell us, eat bananas. Yeah, because especially like during training, like, at the beginning of the season when you was doing all those 2-a-day workouts and a whole lot of running and all of that, they used to tell us to eat bananas more frequently. All right, back in your way, baby.
That was for that magnesium, for real. I mean, just to kind of throw that out there. But as far as like athletes, watermelon, it's something called H3O. Check it out. And it's water derived through plants. That's a whole nother show we can do. But that, your for athletes, recovery wise, your watermelon, your papaya, your mangoes, your really juicy fruits and stuff like that really help actually hydrate people. I'm sorry, go ahead. Keep on riding.
No, I was going to ask you about, because we had our brother on that was a grower of some other fruits a couple of weeks ago, but not these fruits. But
no, he grows those. Don't twist it.
He grows fruit as well. What's the easiest fruit somebody can grow?
Probably, I would say your berries are very easy to grow. Your strawberries, your blackberries. Think about when we were growing up. All around the edges, strawberries and blackberries, blueberry. Those berries, they kind of keep on going after you get them going. They're coming back next year. They're taking over the yard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Berries are very, very easy. Now, if you put a tree down, if you want to look at apple tree, you can put an apple tree down. It's easy to get started because it kind of takes care of itself after that because it's a tree. But it takes a little while before you can get some fruit from it. But some things that turn around fast, like I said, would definitely be your strawberries, your what is it called? Depending on where you are, or your oranges. Like if you feel the south, you can definitely grow some oranges. But like I said, it's easy to grow a tree, so to speak, because after you put it in there, you get it in a good spot. It's going to take care of itself. But here, I would definitely go with the berries. It's kind of one of the easiest fruits to kind of get off.
Kenya makes a...
You don't want to overlook tomatoes as well, or tomatoes. Tomatoes as well.
Yes, tomatoes, definitely. Very easy to grow.
Margaret, Nick, I know you had fun. Margaret said her grandma had a pear tree coming up. I know she had some fun.
But see, those are the things as adults we can put in our yard like today, this year. And our grandchildren and our children could live off of those like in the next couple of years. You don't have to worry about apples at all. You don't have to worry about, whatever, because it's growing in the yard.
I went to California once.
That was easy to grow. I'm sorry.
Went to Cali once, Kenny, and it was just some oranges just growing like on a tree next to a gas station, and I was like, like, shit, I'm gonna pick one now, it was weird to me being from the East. I don't know if it was a regular occurrence or what have you, you know what I mean? But anyway, very interesting.
Yeah. Wow. Anybody around Batesfield? Old Bates. Everybody familiar with Old Bates? I walked all the Old Bates. Got blackberry, raspberry, blackberry and raspberry from that whole joint around the whole side. Filled up the big, huge Tupperware bowl.
Wow.
Back in the day, and we'd take them up to the house. My grandmother.
Those wild berries. You talking about the wild berries?
Raspberries. Same raspberries you buy in the store.
Okay.
Blackberries.
Yeah.
It was wild all around the edge of that joint. And I ate half of them and brought half of them back. but that's
Wow.
how it was, man. It's crazy.
You was regular than a mother. Anyway, let me move on. Q,
Yes, sir.
since we talk about fasting a lot, and we are a fasting-based show or origin from fasting, is it okay to break your fast with fruits? Will it spike your insulin levels? If so, how long? And is it really that bad or not? Talk to me about that. Tell the folks about that real fast.
Yeah. Breaking your fast with fruits is not what I normally do, but you can. I mean, particularly if you use certain ones like watermelon, which more watermelon won't spike it as severely as something like or apples. Once again, they won't spike it as severely as something like that has a more of a sugar content, like grapes or some others. Even though it won't go crazy, but I would stick with things like apples and watermelons if I'm going to break my fast with fruits at all. And stay away from things like bananas or lessen that with bananas, only if I'm mixing it with something else, which keep that spike from getting too high. That will come down over a period of time. But if I'm breaking my fast, I want to do that with tomatoes or watermelon or apple. That would be the fruits I would pick.
Years ago, Q, I had this annual ritual where I would, in the month of May, I would juice for 30 days. I haven't done that in quite a while. Maybe I might try that. But during that time, I would break my fast with watermelon, just because it was easy on the digestive system, because I was reintroducing fiber back into my GI tract. But, and it worked, you know what I mean? It didn't make you, runny and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep. But anyway, last question for you, Kenny. And I'm going back to the grocery store because I just want to know that how are prices trending since you in the business, you in the industry for produce, and what should our consumers or our listeners be aware of about the prices of fruit as the summer continues on and we go into the fall?
Well, just like everything else, fruits, produce are going up. They're creeping up. There are various different reasons. Like there's a weather issue in a particular area where a certain produce, a certain fruit, a certain vegetable is grown that destroys some of the inventory. There's going to be an uprising in price. Transportation issues. We're still having transportation issues today. Still getting the stuff from where it's grown to the processing plant to the store. Puts it in high demand. That's why prices are spiking. What you can expect in the future, right now, the way we're trending is going to be a little bit more the same, because if we do perishable inventory, produces and fruits, the produce section is inventoried every month. That's how valuable that section actually is in your grocery store. And it's trending. Prices are going to continue to increase.
It's a very margin-driven department because I work in the grocery too. It is, and it's very, very usable too, as far as the life cycle of it's perishable as a mother. Probably the most perishable, other than meats and the meat department. But the life cycle is good. You can turn it over, you can sell it whole in its natural state. You can turn it into a salad. You can turn it into, a lot of different things included in the recipes, on and on and on. Last thing I want to touch, it wasn't a question that I put up there, but just for the sake of the viewer and of whoever might be watching this on YouTube later on that didn't catch us live tonight, shame on them. Exactly. Shame on them for not watching live. But natural fruit versus canned fruit and bagged fruit. I just want to throw that out there, and I want you to take the first stab at it. But back in the day, man, we used to have this thing. Q, you remember this? My mother would bring home a can called fruit cocktail.
Jesus.
Fruit cocktail in the can. Anyway, talk about canned fruits versus bagged fruits versus whole fruits.
Well, if you're really talking about canning or canning, because the first time I was familiar with like the canning real process.
Now I'm talking about buying canned fruit versus
Okay, right. The canned fruits that you see in the stores, generally when you cut your can open and you open it up, it actually pollutes the can material that's inside of it. That is a real thing. So I would say the canned fruit is definitely not a better situation. Most of the time, it's going to be packed with a bunch of sugar or sugary syrup to maintain its freshness and keep it longer. You'll put some citric acid in it to maintain its freshness and maintain that color also. So off the break, it's a bunch of additives off of that instead of just pulling it out and cutting it up and having a fresh fruit. It's night and day. Some of the nutrients that impacts that's inside of that dissipates within time being stored in that can. So those are like clearly a few things that I see that's different off the break.
Ken says you might as well just be eating candy because it's got a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it.
Yeah, loaded with syrup. That fruit that you were talking about.
You do see some people lower syrup or lower sweetened syrup in it now. So that is a thing. And then also you can find some with fruit juice in it instead of like high fructose syrup, corn syrup. I'm just saying you could be probably at a health food store or some sort of market there to find it. So if you're looking for it, those are the options. Those are the better options, I would say. But keep it fresh.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, y'all. The Night Brothers, I want to thank y'all. Y'all the best. Y'all the best.
Yes.
You the best. You the best. Best audience on the internet. Yes, you are. You know you are. Better than best. They the best. Kenny.
My man.
Oh, man.
Thank everybody for out, joining us once again. Thank you to the super dope producer, my big brother E, my little brother Arden. Thank y'all, brothers. It's a pleasure working with y'all. We'll see you next week.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Roger Parker. Somebody asked about him earlier. Roger is a member of the Almost Wireless Legends of the Past broadcast now. Kind of broke things off so that everybody can, do their thing and do it the way that they want to do it. That works for their lifestyle a lot better. So he's a member of that crew. And shout out, that's our sister show, brother sister show. So we got mad props for them love. And all that they do anyway. Mad love for them. Yes, indeed.
We may have a guest for a segment next week as well. We may have one of our favorite guests coming on for a little short segment next week. So I'm trying to coordinate that. And we will have a major guest coming up a little bit later on down the road. So. But we're going to wrap it on up. Until then, man, we appreciate everybody's hard work. We appreciate our audience. And deuces, man. Love you guys.
Shout out to Cheryl Queen. Shout out to Cheryl Queen for another donation while we were broadcasting. Just an amazing.
Happy Father's Day to you guys, man. I want to give a special
Happy Father's Day, and also
Happy Father's Day to you guys, man.
That's what's up.
Y'all,
all right, family.
Vacation. Peace and love, y'all.
See you next week.
All right.
Yeah, we might be walking in and out.